This is the same guy that also, like a few years later, got a nail straight through his hand. I'm saying, yeah, there's no way to sugarcoat straight through your hand, okay? And so he just decided that he would go to urgent care, because he needs care urgently. I think you need more than care. But, and he's bleeding, gushing blood out of his arteries. I'm not really sure. You could see through. I mean, the nail was still in there, but I'm sure there's a good size hole. Anyways, he just got in his car and stuck his hand out the window because he didn't want to bleed on his fine leather goods. Yeah, and so he drove over to urgent care. Imagine you're working at the front desk and then somebody walks in with a nail through their hand. You don't have the facilities that deal with a nail through. It's called urgent care, right? Not urgent life-saving assistance. That's the ER, folks. And so he lets people check in. Like he's like, oh, look, people in line. Gets in line casually as he's just bleeding on the floor, and then walks up and they're like, oh, and how can we help you? You don't really have to say much. You just hold up your hand and you go, what could you do about this? And they're like, help. Like you ever shock somebody so much they just freeze, like they no longer have anything what to say. Like I worked at a bank one time, and you know how sometimes banks are attached to grocery stores. I had this lady walk in and go, I would like the chicken. What? We weren't inside the grocery store. We were just attached to the store. Like it was a separate store. But apparently the smell transferred. I'm not really sure. And I was like, oh, we're a bank. The grocery store is next door. She didn't believe me. She's like, chicken. There's no chicken here. Except for probably me, but other than that, there's no chicken. It's next door at the store. And so he basically then just responded with, oh, okay. Because they go, you need an ER ambulance, we'll call 911. Those are your options. We're at the critical stages here. He goes, no, I'll just take a new rag. What? Yeah, just hand me a rag. And he just wrapped that sucker up, put it right back out the window, got back in his car, and drove over to ER and just did the same thing. Hey, issue,